Right, so I'm back, and the round of 16 for the World Cup is quickly upon us. The group stage has officially finished, and we have the final 16 teams. But first, congratulations to all the teams that qualified, all 32 teams that qualified. Congratulations for making it and qualifying for the World Cup, and also congratulations to the 16 who are unfortunately going away, including my very own Mexico. We are going away. Congratulations, you guys played well. Maybe you didn't, but you guys tried your best. You guys qualified for this tournament, so congratulations for that, and hope you will come back for the next one. But anyways, congratulations to the 16 that actually made it. The final 16, I mean, we said goodbye to Germany, we said goodbye to Belgium, but we still have Japan, we have South Korea, we have Brazil, we have Spain, we have Argentina, we have so many teams to talk about. But anyways, let's get into the final 8 matchups that we have, and then we go through each matchup. We're going to predict each of the games, how I think they will go, and from then on, we will, I think we're just going to do those 8 matches, but we're going to go a little bit in depth. So yeah, let's get straight to it. On to my predictions. The first matchup, we have winners of Group A versus the the runner-up of Group B, and that's Netherlands versus USA. This is a good match. I personally think this is a really good match, and I think either one could go through. And as much, I was born here in the United States, but I love Holland. I love the Netherlands, and there's quite a few Barca players that play there, obviously. I've watched most of the USA games. I think I saw all 3 of them. USA were pretty good against England. Up against Wales, they were okay. In the first half, they were so great, but second half, a little lackluster. They conceded that penalty they really shouldn't have. And then the third game, they did what they were supposed to. They got the win up against Iran, and yeah. But they haven't been that impressive. Meanwhile, we have Netherlands, who they got 2 wins and a draw. And, they weren't the most convincing. They got the goals quite late on. But, Frankie de Jong in the middle of the park was obviously one of their best players so far. And same with Cody Gakpo. He's tied for the top goal scorers. He's got 3 goals. He's got 3 goals in 3 matches. He's scored in every single one. And, yeah, he's played really phenomenally, in my opinion. But, I don't know. It's a tough one to go for. But I think it's going to come down to a draw. And I support the US, but I also support Netherlands because my favorite ever player is Johan Cruyff. But I'm actually going to go for the Netherlands to win on penalties, 5-4. Yeah, I made the decision just now, but yeah, I think they're going to draw in 120 minutes, 2-2. I think they're going to draw 2-2 in the 120 minutes, and I think the Netherlands will go through on penalties. I think it'll be 5-4 on penalties. Now we have the winners of Group C against the runners-up of Group D. And, we have Argentina, who they struggled a bit in the first few games. The first game, they weren't so good. They lost. They played well, but they didn't get the goals that they needed, and Saudi Arabia punished them for it. And then we have up against Mexico. They did win, but it wasn't a convincing win. Now against Poland, they were so much better. And yeah, they seem to finally have gotten their momentum a little bit. But anyways, they're up against Australia, who Australia definitely impressed. No one thought they would be here, but they're here. They finished in second place with 6 points, tied on points with France, only losing out on goal differential, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. They beat Denmark, and they beat Tunisia. They lost against France 4-1, but that's besides the point. They got the 2 victories to get them here up against Argentina, which is really good for them. Congratulations to them. But I think they're going to crash out here. I'm so sorry. I would love to root for an underdog, and as much as I think Australia is an underdog, and I think up against almost anyone else, they probably could have gone through just based on the fan support and everything else and the momentum that they have. I have to go with Argentina here, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory for Argentina. I think Argentina are in a much better trajectory now. I don't think they are considered as big of favorites as they were before the tournament started, of course, because they haven't performed that well. But against Poland, I think they showed that they can dominate a game. They can definitely take control of the game and score the chances that they should. Poland still definitely blocked quite a few chances that they had and that they created. If they would have scored more goals, Mexico would still be in the tournament. But anyways, Argentina did a great job up against Poland, and it gives me hope for them to knock out Australia quite comfortably. But I wouldn't count Australia out just yet because I think they did a great job so far. But yeah, I think this is where they crash out. I'm sorry, Australia. Next up on the other side of the bracket, we have England, because they won Group B, against the runners-up of Group A, which were Senegal. And this is another tough matchup. This is a really, really tough matchup. Senegal, I didn't expect them to go through. I'm sorry, but I just didn't. They have a fantastic side. I believe they were the AFCON winners, but I just didn't see them going through. Mostly because I thought Ecuador was going to go through. But Senegal's the one who made it through, and now they're facing up against England. Now, England, they were convincing in the first game. Second game, not so convincing. Third game, pretty convincing. So, kind of up and down for England for me. And Senegal, they didn't score as many goals as I would have expected. I know they don't have Sadio Mane, but I mean, they still conceded a few goals that they probably shouldn't have. But I don't know. For me, Senegal is a wild card. I think Senegal can beat England, but do I think they will? No. I think England will actually end up beating Senegal, but I think they will make it a lot tougher than everyone expects. And so I think I'm going to go for England to beat Senegal 2-0. I'm sorry, Senegal. You guys are arguably one of the best African teams, if not the best African team here. But I think you guys will crash out up against England because I think England just have enough talent to make it through. Next up, we have France versus Poland, of course, the winners of Group D versus the runners-up of Group C. Now, Poland, again, a little topsy-turvy. I mean, they weren't against Mexico. They were put under the pressure. I know they could have scored a penalty, but Memo Ochoa saved it. And besides that, they didn't really have as many chances as Mexico did. Mexico had a lot more chances, but they just didn't put them away. I mean, they weren't the greatest of chances, obviously, but still. But France, they lost against Tunisia. I know they played their second team, but still, like, losing to Tunisia with their second team, which arguably still can win the World Cup by itself, and that's the second team I'm talking about, they still lost against Tunisia. And Tunisia finished, I know they finished in third in this group, but still, like, it's a little confusing. None of these teams, none of the big teams got 9 points. No team got 9 points. And as much as France are favorites, and I know they put the second team, still, you can't say that they're outright the favorites or outright, easily going to cruise through to the final and win it or something like that. I can't really say that about any team, honestly. But anyways, we'll move on to to more big teams later on. But France versus Poland, it's a tough matchup. I think Poland will make it so difficult for France. I think France will make it difficult for Poland. But I think Lewandowski will score 2 goals to end up losing 3-2 to France. I'm sorry. I have France going through and Poland losing to France 3-2. I think it's going to be a tough match. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting than everyone expects. And I think Poland will put up a pretty good fight. But yeah, sorry, Poland. You guys are going home. So, winners of Group F and the runners-up of Group G, H, whatever group it was. Anyways, we have Japan facing Croatia. This is a really tough matchup. I think it's going to be down to the wire. I think Croatia will throw everything they have and not be able to score many goals. And I think Japan will be able to score many goals, but maybe not be able to defend. So it'll be a very tough matchup, but I don't think there will be many goals. I think Shuichi Ganda of Japan has been phenomenal this whole World Cup, and I think he will get Japan out of this, tough opposition. And I think Japan have just shown up against big teams. They beat Spain, they beat Germany. I mean, they lost to Costa Rica, but they beat the 2 big teams in their group and they finished top. Meanwhile, Croatia, they got 2 0-0 draws and then beat Canada 4-1. So, kind of hard to go off of that. They were able to score 4, but then in the 2 other games, they couldn't score at all. So, I don't really know what to say, but I don't think there will be many goals, but I think that Croatia, I mean, they made it to the final in the last World Cup. They're super strong, but I don't have them going through. I think they will make it really tough for Japan, but I think Japan will be able to score 1 goal and win the game. I think they'll be able to just get a quick smash and grab, just like absolutely just get a quick goal, and that's it. Be able to defend, and up until the final minute, Japan wins 1-0. That's what I'm predicting. I think maybe, Takefusa Kubo is going to score the goal. Japan will score, and I think it'll be Takefusa Kubo from the Barcelona Academy, who went to Real Madrid, who went to Real Sociedad. Anyways, I think Kubo will score the goal for Japan and put them through to the quarterfinals. Next up, we have Brazil versus South Korea. Another Asian side. I was trying to say side, but I was going to say team. But anyways, Brazil versus South Korea. South Korea, they were waiting until they saw the end of the Uruguay game, because if Uruguay scored another goal, they were not progressing. And Uruguay did not score that extra goal, so South Korea were able to make it through in second place, while Brazil topped the group despite only getting 6 points. I predicted them to get 9 points, and they only got 6, because they lost to Cameroon in the final minutes. What is up with these B teams, man? Like, France lost in the final game and only got 6 points. Brazil lost in the final game and only got 6 points. And they haven't been that convincing. I mean, they scored a few goals. Richarlison scored a beautiful goal, arguably the goal of the tournament, if not the goal of the tournament so far. And I don't know, Brazil are not as convincing as I would have expected. I definitely did not expect Brazil to... I mean, I expected them to score goals, but I expected them to score more goals. They only scored, what, 3 goals in 3 games? Brazil? Really? And I know Neymar's out, but still, it's Brazil. Brazil have a fantastic side, and I know they played their second team up against Cameroon, but still, they should be beating Cameroon. It doesn't matter. They have an insane squad depth. So, I don't know. South Korea could definitely pull off an upset. I think Heung-min Son can inspire this team to beat another South American side. And you know what? I'm actually not going to go for it. I'm sorry, South Korea. I mean, my predictions have been wrong. So, you know what? Maybe Australia will go through, and maybe South Korea will go through as well. But I'm predicting Brazil to beat South Korea. But I think South Korea will make it very difficult. I don't think they will tie it in regular time. Maybe, you know what? I think they'll tie in the first 90 minutes. But then Brazil will get one more extra goal to put them through to the quarterfinals in the 120th minute. Or a little bit before the 120th minute. So I think Brazil will win 2-1 up against South Korea. Sorry, Koreans. But as much as I'm rooting for you guys, I think Brazil will go through. Sorry. Surprise Morocco versus disappointing Spain. I mean, Spain started off so well. They beat Costa Rica 7-0. And ultimately the goal difference is what helped them go through. But still, losing to Japan? Drawing against Germany? I mean, drawing against Germany isn't that bad, but after a 7-0 demolition of Costa Rica, how are you guys losing to Japan? I mean, Japan, congratulations to them. I cannot give them enough props. I think they could be a special dark horse in this World Cup, but Spain, what are you guys doing? Come on, seal the deal, win the game. Oh, but anyways, now they're facing Morocco, who's arguably an easier team to defeat. I mean, compared to Croatia or Belgium, but I mean, Morocco, they have all the momentum. I mean, they got 7 points. I think that's one of the highest point totals of any group, let alone in this group. I mean, they beat Wait, did they beat Croatia? I don't know. I think they drew against Croatia, but then they beat Canada. Yeah, they drew against Croatia. They beat Canada, and they beat Belgium. They were able to score goals, and Hakim Ziyech has been phenomenal for Morocco. And it's really interesting to see if Morocco could take down another giant like Spain. But no, I'm sorry. I'm wearing the Spain jersey. I have to go for Spain. I have to root for Spain, and I have to say that Spain will go through. I mean, there's a bunch of Barca players. Plus, Ansu Fati finally got minutes up against Japan. Didn't really do much, but I mean, he got put in for like, what, 15 minutes at last. But anyways, hopefully he gets more playing time. But I think it will be a very difficult game for Spain. I think Morocco will make it very hard. I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think Spain will win 4-2. It's going to be a tough one, but yeah, 4-2 for Spain to go through. Last but not least, we have Portugal versus Switzerland. 2 teams that I definitely did not have going through. I know, I am so sad at myself. And I know, I'm very anti-Ronaldo. I have heard it many, many times. I know, I'm so biased with Messi. I definitely am. But I think Portugal, they deserve to go through. I mean, they got the goals, they got what they needed. They lost against South Korea, but they got the 2 wins that they needed to secure going through. So, good for them. Meanwhile, Switzerland, they did the same thing. They got exactly what they needed. They got, I believe, 6 points. Did they? I think they got 6 points, just losing out on goal differential to Brazil. But yeah, they were able to do what they needed, and they got it. They got the 6 points to go through. But with that being said, it's gonna be a tough one. I think both sides will struggle up against one another, and I think they'll barely score a goal. I don't think Ronaldo will score. I think Ronaldo hasn't had the greatest World Cups. He scored a penalty and got that goal. I'm not sure if it counted for him or not, but I mean, I don't think it touched his head. But I mean, some people think it did. I don't think it did. But anyways, I think Bruno Fernandes has been phenomenal for Portugal. Switzerland, I think Breel Embolo has been phenomenal for them. And it's going to be a tough matchup, but I'm going to say that it's going to end up a 1-1 draw, but Portugal will go through on penalties. I think on penalties, they will win 5-3 because Switzerland will miss 2, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to go for Portugal to win this tie and go through to the quarterfinals. So, those have been my predictions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will definitely try to do my reactions to my group stage predictions. But anyways, I will see you guys at once the round of 16 is over. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe. Lates.